We're going to now kick off the Kenshoo Infinity Awards.
The company we're about to recognize really distinguished themselves to Kenshoo in terms of their leadership around search and social together. Thinking about search and social holistically, probably before anybody else that we've worked with from a direct advertiser perspective. And we've gained so much insights and knowledge in terms of our partnership with this company that we've been fortunate enough now to be partnered with for about a year. So should we make the announcement?
Without further ado, let's go ahead and click the next slide. Actually, I think it was on the agenda, so spoiler alert.
All right.
We're gonna bring them up for a Q&A, but congratulations to the team at Experian.
Experian.
Come on up.
Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you so much.
We've got Lee and Dan here
Thank
to
you.
join us.
Hey,
Congratulations.
thanks, Dan. I appreciate it, man. Good to see you, man. Please have a seat. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. And you want to present them with the official?
You bet.
There you go. The handoff.
Yeah, gentlemen, thank you on behalf of Kenshoo. We appreciate your leadership and your partnership to make us both greater together as partners. Thank you so much.
Thanks again.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Ted, you can sit down. I'll hang out up here.
Okay, cool.
And yes, let's get these guys some mics. Thank you, Kelly. All right, so why don't we just start off with some further introductions. Lee and Dan, maybe you can share a little bit more about yourselves, your role, and just give us a little bit of background about your organization, some of your goals, and we'll take it from there.
Sure, yeah. I'm Lee Nguyen. Nice to meet you guys. I met some of you yesterday at the great reception. I lead the paid search team at Experian. And,
Yeah, good morning. Dan Bishop. I lead our brand digital team, so our display, social, and mobile acquisition efforts. Thanks for the opportunity to clarify who we are, actually, Aaron. It's very important because quite often in answering a question, I'll say, yes, I work for Experian. And the response I get is, the travel site. Love you guys. No, that's Expedia. Experian is a global leader in information services. So about $5 billion annually in revenue. We cover 49 countries, 17,000 plus employees. And we have 4 major pillars to our business, 3 of which are B2B, which most of you probably know. So data analytics services, email marketing services, and credit information services. So those 3 are all sold to various clients. Lee and I both work on the direct-to-consumer business, which is really the growth lever for the business. So brands that you have probably seen before are Free Credit Score, Free Credit Report. So talking about our business goals at the moment, one of our biggest business goals, and very exciting to us, is that for the first time in our company history, we are actually pivoting, and we're bringing Experian to the forefront of our consumer-facing marketing. That's a big challenge to find out what that brand message is and that story is from a longevity standpoint, to do it as a trusted advocate and to do it efficiently. So it was very exciting, but at the same time, quite a big challenge. In terms of some of our key strategies that we're focused on, it really ladders to 2 things at a high level: an integrated approach and using technology and data to drive efficiencies. So from an integrated perspective, you know, we all know that our consumers today adopt and consume information in a different path. Even if you look at device level perspective, the usage in the mornings, afternoons, and then the evenings across all those platforms. So Lee and I's team as a collective marketing team are working to really parallel that approach internally and use a truly integrated marketing approach in terms of how we serve that consumer. From an driving for efficiencies perspective, we are building technology internally so that at an analytics and a media placement, as well as a creative level, we can look and optimize on a daily perspective. And then we're pivoting and really focusing on buying audiences and markets. That's something very big to us and certainly part of this conversation here today. So.
Excellent. Thank you very much. A couple questions. One, the way your team is organized to accomplish your overall marketing goals. One of the things I've observed that is a bit unique for Experian is the amount of executive involvement that you have in the organization. But maybe you could tell us a little bit about the overall team structure, how you go about coming up with your strategic agenda items, and then how from the executive level to the mid-management level to the people actually in the tool, how that all is orchestrated within Experian.
Yeah, I can just give a quick bit on the org, and Lee can talk to some of actually in the tool. But from a digital marketing perspective, we have a brand digital channel, which I'm responsible for. So again, so it's our display, social, and mobile acquisition. Then you have our performance channel, so affiliate, SEO, and then search, which Lee manages. So we really do try to, although we are kind of broken out, it's more so from a KPI perspective, the actual day-to-day and everything is as integrated as we can be.
Yeah, and I would say, from a visibility standpoint, everyone across the organization really gets involved in what we do on a day-to-day basis. Search is a key component. Thank you, Aaron. Key component of our business. So, it's good to have the executive support.
Yeah, and I think the key thing around the executive piece is just that communication layer.
Right.
It's around communicating what our KPIs and how we can benefit by doing so. And it's a combined effort. It's internally across Lee and I's org. It takes great agency help, Chris Zarsky from the Camelot Communications Group, and it takes, you build it, and it's part of our answer in proactive marketing is do your diligence and get your plumbing straight internally, communicate up, and that really helps to, establish that executive level buy-in.
Yeah, you bring up a great point as well. I think one of the things that makes Experian unique, besides the dimension that I mentioned in terms of a real cascaded strategic agenda down to the execution level, but it's also, as a direct advertiser with your own in-house program, you also leverage an agency for strategic oversight and direction setting, which I think really provides a very solid way to get 360 assessment of what's working and what's not.
Yeah, I can add on to that. Definitely one of the key things that we leverage from Kenshoo is our own Kenshoo account team. We value their support and their guidance that they provide us, and we see Kenshoo more as a key strategic partner than just a software platform. And there's many other functionalities and features that we use within Kenshoo, like the KPO, scheduled actions, for example. The KPO, what we found was that we can actually optimize towards a certain goal, and we are confident in the algorithm to get us there, right, to improve the overall search performance. And it's kind of a hands-off approach from that standpoint. With scheduled actions, we like to have, you guys are all familiar with this, like having the ability to set up ad copy tests in advance and then launch them afterwards. And in addition, we like, to schedule bid and budget changes in advance as well. So, I think all those areas feed into the overall component of Kenshoo.
Yeah, I appreciate that, Lee. So you talked a lot about the functionality. Anything in particular, Dan, around the social that you'd like to highlight functionally that you feel like is a real advantage?
Yeah, there's a couple key benefits. I would echo Lee's piece on the account. The way we go to market is it's a collective effort. So it's not just Kenshoo and Experian. It's Facebook. I know Rob's in the house today, who helped us with our research. And it's also the Camelot Communications Group. So we go at this as a collective approach. It's an all team on board, and it's very, very complex to do. Not everybody does it that way, but the Kenshoo team is always, and I think Suzanne hit it, they listen, we talk about it and understand how we want to go to market. So from an account level, some of the data points that we send, some of you in the room are probably already doing search retargeting, but we started to ask ourselves, and it was brought to us by the collective Kenshoo Facebook team, what is that impact in Facebook advertising to get to that sweet spot, and is there an impact where you can lift search? And so we put that into market, and it was wonderful results. Overall conversion was up 20%, our conversion rate was up 11%, and our CPA dropped by 10%. So, and that was really in a 3-week stretch. So the next step for us is really activating that on a more global level, a holistic level across everything we're doing. So, it's been a great story for us.
No, those are great examples of, quantifiable evidence that we've made progression as partners. Anything, Lee, you'd like to add on the search side in terms of kind of the quantitative impact?
Yeah, I would say, definitely we saw very good increases in conversion from a search standpoint. I think it was roughly 19% overall, and a reduction in CPAs and CPCs. So, it's great partnership overall. To have Kenshoo as the glue to combine social and search as it relates to these initiatives, and we definitely value that.
Cool. What about things in the future that you foresee us doing together?
One of the things that I think Will touched on, and Suzanne, was that really we've used Kenshoo Halogen from a very limited standpoint currently. At Experian, we get asked on a daily basis what type of scenario, scenario planning that we can come up with for the rest of the fiscal year and calendar year. So, I think by leveraging technology such as Kenshoo Halogen to allow us to make better decisions overall from a planning standpoint, that's something that we would lean towards, right? We would take the programmatic approach and really help us influence what we do moving forward.
Yeah, and I think from the social side, or just from kind of the emerging media side altogether, I'm really impressed by Kenshoo's, and I've seen it even more here today, that philosophy of, hey, that's interesting, but that's not enough. So your intent-driven audiences, targets and keywords, that's interesting, but that's not enough. When you have a search intender coming in and being able to do a lookalike on a real time, that takes it to another level, and you guys are probably already seeing the results. From the mobile perspective, personally, that's been a battleground over the last 4 years for me, even being at Intuit prior. Putting tracking in place, effectively doing it right. It's great to see who you guys are partnering up. We've had a relationship with the Matt team, or has offers for a number of years. So I think that IDA, as well as where you guys are going in mobile, is something I'm really, really excited about.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Anything else from an advice perspective you'd like to offer up to the crowd?
Yeah, I think, you guys have talked to us about just about a proactive piece. I think, as you've probably seen from what Ted and Aaron have said, and what we believe in, is we do believe in leveraging technology at a high level to make better decisions, right? That's what everything we're learning about here is doing and building out for you. But you can't actually do that until you actually get your plumbing straight. So Suzanne talked about in terms of getting the plumbing straight from your partner levels already, but you have to get your plumbing straight initially, meaning building out your connected data warehouse to be able to optimize on a daily level. It's doing the research analysis with your own data to understand who those folks and where they are that you would market to, and who are those folks and where are they that you would not market to and suppress, which is what we're doing in both search and social as well. So,
Awesome.
I would say, from a search standpoint, continue to leverage all the Kenshoo feature set. We're definitely a proud client of Kenshoo, and we want to maximize the ability of both the partnership and the tool. So,
Awesome.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you both. Thanks, man. Well done. Thank you very much.